So welcome back to my channel. If you are new, my name is Haley and I have mitochondrial DNA disease and I just received my genetic test results, so we're just going to head on into the video. I have my mom here with me.
Hello.
Hello. And so we're going to be sharing about what exactly we found, what it means for my health. So before we get started, I wanted to share some of the terms we're going to be talking about, the definitions. So a gene is a stretch of DNA that encodes instructions for structure, function, and regulation of the body's cells, tissues, and organs. It's something that's very important. And it can be as simple as eye color, right?
Well, that's a gene.
Yeah.
Okay, and then what's a mutation?
A mutation is a permanent change in the DNA sequence that can be hereditary, meaning genetic, or that can be environmental, because sometimes that can happen. And then a variant is basically a different form of genes. Like, it's the same gene, but it has varying contributions to make it unique. Am I thinking of that right?
I think so.
Okay. So, to give a little backstory, I got testing done back in 2013, and back then we only found out that I had the MIRPL gene, and then I had the RYR2, right?
Yes, and you have an ALAS2, but that was a non-significant finding because that's one that only affects her if she was a boy.
Yeah.
And she's not a boy. Okay, so the first one is the MRPL3, which we knew from before, and we lovingly call that MIRPL.
MIRPL.
Okay, and this gene encodes a structural protein of the large 39S mitochondrial ribosomal subunit. And this most likely will affect her with Tourette syndrome, ADHD, ADD, things like that.
Yeah, so I have ADD. I didn't have Tourette's, but I had neurological tics before I became gluten-free, but
yes,
we're not 100% sure if that's what that means.
Right. RYR2, which
is a very common one, or common to my doctor at least, that a lot of patients who have CBS or CBS and MITO carry this mutation. However, ours is very unique because the variant that's in it.
So the variant, and there's, oh, I don't have the picture. Maybe you can insert a picture. Most variants and mutations are found in the top, and ours is found in the membrane. And
if you're looking at the picture, it's the long rectangular one that says membrane.
Right, and they never find it there, so they don't know what the prognosis is for that or what that will entail, but that does cause
that. I know it has it contributes a lot to my genetic condition.
Yeah, and
muscular, cardiac wise, right?
Yes.
And I can't think of all the other specifics, but I know there's a lot of things it can affect or that it might affect, and we don't know. But that's one of them. And the variant that we have, like we mentioned, is rare. Only me and my mom have ever been tested.
So that's the RYR2 with the 14206A. No, sorry, the ASN4336 ASP.
I don't know if that's the
which is a transmembrane domain. Yeah, you can see why we had to wait to tell you about this. So that also was a contributing factor to her CBS.
Cyclic vomiting syndrome.
A lot of patients that have CBS have the RYR2 variant. Not all of them, but a lot of them
do. The RYR2 gene, not
the RYR2 gene. She also has, which we don't know if I have it or am I just a carrier, she has the CHAT gene.
And it's literally CHAT. And this is the big boy that causes me so many issues. So we discovered from my pediatrician that this gene is responsible for my POTS, my dysautonomia, gut issues, I believe, muscular things, a whole plethora of health issues that this whole time I was kind of thinking MITO triggered dysautonomia and POTS, like there was no genetic cause for it, but I was wrong. And
we're very thankful that she doesn't have the CHAT and the TRAP gene because those kids unfortunately usually don't do well.
Yeah.
And
they're incompatible.
yeah, so we're thankful for that. Some of them are insignificant. The next one is an SLC6A.
Oh, this is the transporter one.
And this is the transporter, the taurine transporter, and other beta amino acids, including beta alanine. And so she has to take taurine, which is most species that are affected with being deficient in taurine are cats and dogs, so we call it her cat medicine. And I don't know if she's noticed a difference or not.
I don't know. We're just not going to rock the boat, so we don't know. Because since then, I've gained energy, but that could be because...
Well, it could be a couple of factors, but just like with other medications you take, you might not notice when you take it, but you definitely notice when you don't take it.
And I haven't experienced that yet, but I just searched up what exactly taurine is in charge of because I can't remember it. And it's something that all humans have, if I'm thinking correctly. Sorry guys, doctor medical language. Okay. It's an aminosulfonic acid, but it's often referred to as an amino acid, a chemical that is a required building block of protein. So it's found in large amounts in the brain, retina, heart, and blood cells called platelets. Okay, so it's a lot to remember, and we can't remember exactly what is for what. So this part about my insulin, which I'll get to in a second, I'm pretty sure it's just the taurine transporter cell or gene that malfunctions, like there's not enough of it, or it could be in relation to the chat gene. I can't remember for sure, but basically the transporter gene has to do with insulin secretion, and we've been wondering these past couple of years why I have such a dramatic effect whenever I consume sugar. I mean, I've vlogged about it, I've talked about it, and we actually thought for almost 3 years that it was because of an experimental treatment my doctor had me on that messed with my blood sugar at times, and we thought that was the reason, but we learned this is why I have such a hard time processing it, and you do as well because you have the same thing because you were the carrier. But Daddy
is also a carrier.
He's also a carrier, so there's 2 copies of this gene.
Yes, so she
gets it.
Yeah, and then which one was it that, like, is it the chat? I think it's the chat that instead of copying the gene like it's supposed to, it depletes it.
I think so.
Yeah, it's the chat gene that, so when it's supposed to duplicate the gene, and instead of duplicating it, when it goes through its process, it deletes it. So that's why she has such a hard time with
sugar.
Her issue. No, the chat.
Sorry.
The chat. Going back to the chat. Sorry, Gene. And that's why you have such a hard time with energy and your POTS and
all of the things.
Your gut issues. It also causes paralysis of your gut. So,
I wonder what gene is responsible the most.
Yeah. So that is what we wanted to do before, because as you notice, we're in a different place.
Yes.
We're in our living room because the boys are with Daddy getting haircuts, and we wanted to come out here and just
share with you guys because a lot of you really wanted to learn the results. So I found online, I was right on my notes, that the chat stands for choline acetyltransferase. I believe I pronounced that correctly. Okay.
Sorry.
So
diseases associated with chat include myasthenic syndrome, congenital 6, parasympathetic, and respiratory failure. Among its related pathways are biogenic aminosynthesis and sudden infant death syndrome, susceptibility of pathways, gene ontology. Annotations related to this gene include transverse activity, transferring ACYL groups, and choline O something activity. Yeah, so, I mean...
You know, hopefully we got everything correct in our sharing.
Yes.
Because I hope it's correct.
Yeah, I hope it's correct. And so basically we found out that she's broken.
Mm-hmm. Well, both of my doctors said to me, here's the really good news. What you have genetic-wise is completely treatable. The issue is it's already being treated and we're pretty much out of tricks. Which isn't easy to accept, but I mean, I'm just going to be honest, come out and say I'm going to be the guinea pig for all MITO patients. And I'm not afraid to be.
And God's still in charge.
Yeah.
And He created you the way you are. And so I wouldn't want you any differently.
Me either.
So thanks for watching. Remember to subscribe and share. Subscribe, share, and like
this video. And if you have any questions, comment them down below because I know this is a very confusing video.
So thanks for watching.